wherever you are in the world. And we are doing 30 minutes of live side split stretching. We do this every single day to practice consistency. Hopefully, with that consistency, a whole bunch of people keep coming back and we build a little bit of community, and together we can make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals. All right. My name is Ken, and we're going to get started right away. The first thing we're going to do is warm up. We're going to do 3 very active warm-up exercises, and the first one is called the hip car. The hip car is all about getting your leg and hip through its full range of motion using your leg muscles. I realize I'm wearing dark colors, so it's a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to try and keep it at an angle so you can see everything, and I'm going to rotate and spin around so you can see different angles, all right? Hip cars is all about getting your leg and hip through a full range of motion. So we start by bringing the knee up as high as possible. All right, high, 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 high. Then we're trying to open up that hip, point that leg directly to the left. All right, I'm going to show you what that looks like from this side. Directly to the left. Oh man, it is really hard to hold for so long and spin. From here, rotate your leg so that your ankle comes up. All right, from the side, it looks like this. And then bring the leg down and back, flexing the hamstring, flex the glutes, feel the stretch in the front of the leg and that hip flexor. That is 1 rep. We're going to do that 10 times, 10 on the left and then 10 on the right. Then we're going to reverse the order and do 10 backwards left and 10 backwards right. All right, follow along. You don't actually need to remember anything. Just stick with me and I'll announce everything as we go. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. That's 1. Open, and knee, the ankle, down and back. High knee, open, 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 ankle, down and back. I think that's 6. I'm kind of lost count, but I feel like that's 6. But that would make this 8, 9, and 10. Whew. If you're just joining in, we're doing hip cars. These are all about getting your legs to go through their full range of motion, or as much of it as possible, using just your muscles. So we're going to switch. We just finished the left side. Now we're going to get to the right side. High knee. Open that leg directly to the side. Rotate the leg so that the ankle is up. Bring the leg down and back. I'm going to start spinning around in circles so you can see this from different perspectives, but follow along. Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle. Down and back. Ooh, my hips just cracked. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. That's 2. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. 3, 4. Say that with such confusion even though I'm counting it out. 6, 7. I'll face you now so it's easier to copy. 8, 9, and 10. All right, we've done the hip cars going forward on the left side. We've done hip cars going forward on the right side. If you're just joining in, we're doing a whole bunch of hip warm-up to do side splits in a little bit. And we just did hip cars going on the left side, hip cars going on the right side, going forward. Now we're going to do them in reverse, all right? In reverse, it looks a little bit like this. Pull the leg down and back, flex the hamstring, flex the glutes. Feel that stretch in the front of the hip flexor here. Lift directly up to the side. Try to get this as high as possible. Keep the ankle high. Keep the knee high. Rotate the leg. Try to get that knee even higher. Keep the ankle down. And then finally, bring that knee forward and try to keep it as high as possible. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tiring. And that's part of the point. We're trying to get stronger at the end range of motion and make sure our hips can do the maximum that they can do, or even better. All right. That's the first rep. Let's go. We got 10 more on the left side, and we're going to do 10 on the right side. Back, side, ankle, knee. 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 I think that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. 10 on the left side. Let's go right into 10 on the right. If you need a moment to shake out your leg because the balancing leg was tired or whatever it is, take that. And let's go. Back, side, ankle, knee. 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 I think that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we just did our first warm-up exercise, the hip cars. We've done 10 reps left, right, going back, left, going back, right. Total of 40 reps. I talk a lot, so I'm a little bit out of breath. And I'm going to take this opportunity to come up and check the comments real quick. Let's see. Ash, thank you for coming in and following. I appreciate it. Travel with Roxy says hello. Dolce Days, hello, hello. There is no dog today. Kimbe, thank you for following. K Ren, thank you for sending rose. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep going. Whew. Where are we at? We just did our first warm-up exercise, the hip cars. We're going into exercise number 2, elephant walks. All right, elephant walks are all about the hamstrings, but there's a little bit about this side outer glute area that we're going to feel when we're doing the transition. All right, what I want you to do is get into this L shape and fold forward. Just hang out, relax for a second. It's not supposed to be super intense right off the bat. All right, I want you to try to bring the belly button, this part of your stomach, down as low as possible. And we're just going to bounce a little bit. All right, if you haven't done anything that looks like a hamstring stretch or anything close to this all day, it's going to be uncomfortable, and it takes a little bit of time to adjust. And we're trying to give you that time so you can get a little bit more comfortable with the intense stretches that we're about to do. And that's why we take this a little bit slow and a little bit gently. All right, from here, I want you to bend one knee and straighten out the other leg, and then keep on focusing on bringing that belly button down. With your knee out here in front of you, you'll start feeling the stretch in different places. With a bent leg, you'll feel the hamstring stretch closer to the knee. With the straightened leg, you'll still feel that stretch, but it won't be at the knee, it'll be a little bit higher up. And just notice how different positions work the hamstring slightly differently. All right? Whew. We're going to do 10 reps and do each leg 10 times. And you can decide how much fun you want to make this. Elephant walks, you can actually walk during, right? So you can actually take one step and you can focus on just flexing the hamstring in the bent leg. You can do the opposite. You can keep on feeling that pressure and keep the leg straight and feel that pressure. You can take a step and do both at the same time. And if that makes it fun for you, then keep it up. Just make sure you're feeling the hamstring stretch the whole time. This is an active warm-up, and as long as you are getting a really intense hamstring stretch and getting deeper into the position as you go, that's all that matters. If you do it perfectly, isn't that important, because this is just a warm-up. And what we want to do is make sure that you have a lot of fun and feel really good when you're doing the warm-up, because what's the point of getting all super flexible if you don't enjoy it at all, right? There's enough struggle and there's enough suffering from doing the really intense side split stuff. So the least we can do is make it fun and enjoyable for the little bits that we can. All right, that is the elephant walk. I'm gonna add one little thing to wrap up, and that is some twisting. Okay, when you are feeling this hamstring stretch and you have one leg bent and one leg straight, and bring your belly button down as low as it can go. Right now, my right leg is straight. I'm taking my left hand, grabbing my right leg, and I'm using that to help push my chest open and sticking my right hand up and behind me. What we're doing right now is a thoracic rotation. What that means is we're just twisting the upper back, all right? And with that twist, we're getting a little bit of extra mobility work done. All right, so we're gonna switch to the other side. Now my left leg is straight, my right leg is bent. Right hand is grabbing left leg, open up, really feel that stretch. Remember, this is still a hamstring stretch, so you can try to bring that chest and that belly button down lower to the ground. Oh, and then come back. You can do as many of these as you want, but if you ever get tired of elephant walks and want to add a little bit more stuff to make that time interesting, make it fun, maybe make it more rewarding because you get to work on your back mobility at the same time, that is the way to do it. Thoracic rotation is super important because your spine is designed to be able to twist and move. Most of the time, if you're watching a whole bunch of Instagram videos about people being strong, the movement for the back tends to be like this. right? Your back is completely stuck in one plane. If you watch some more yoga Pilates stuff, you might notice that there's some sort of back bending like so, right? But very, very, very infrequently are people doing anything going from side to side or twisting. Maybe if you watch like Tai Chi stuff, there's or old Asian people in the park. That's the only time where there's more of a twisting vibe. And your back is designed to move in all of those directions, right? So make sure when you have the chance to have fun, do some stuff, and hang out. All right. That is enough rambling about the back. We have done 2 of our 3 warm-up exercises. I hope that twisting helped loosen you up and you feel a little bit better. We're going to the third warm-up exercise, and that is the Cossack Switch. The Cossack Switch looks a little bit like this. We're going to open up our legs about 2 times the hips width, and we're going to point our toes out about 45 degrees and drop down to one side. All right. Once you are hanging out here, I want you to feel the pressure in the front of your ankle. I want you to feel the stretch in the Achilles tendon in the back of the leg. And I want you to feel the pressure here in that hip. Pretty much nobody is spending any time in a position like this at all throughout the day. So we intentionally take this rather slow and try to be gentle here, okay? So everybody has a little bit of time to get used to the position. So just take a couple of breaths, hang out. While we hang out, I'll talk about a couple of things. Your ankle, right here, this heel, try to bring it down to the ground as much as possible. It might have to come back up a little bit because you can't keep this really low position and the heel down because there's not enough flexibility in the ankle. And that's fine. On the other side, I want you to see that the heel is down and your toes are pointing up. My knees are also pointing up. This is called leg external rotation. If you can see, my foot is turning. This foot is now down. Now the foot is up, right? This is external because we're rotating our legs out. And this is super useful, and I'm talking about it because we need it for the side split later. I'm just pointing out right now. All right, we've hung out here for a little bit, so let's move to the other side. This is called the Cossack Switch because we switch from side to side. And I don't actually know if that's why it's called the Cossack Switch, but I assume that's why. Now that we're on the other side, same thing. You want to feel that stretch in the bottom, back side of the leg. Want to drop the heel down because it helps you stay more stable. And we want to feel the pressure in the front of the ankle, pressure in the hip. We're going to just hang out here for a little bit. We're going to hang out here for a little bit longer. And then we're going to pick up the pace and we're going to go from side to side. We're just letting our body adjust to this stretched position. And if you're slowly getting deeper, that is exactly what this time is designed for. When we do start switching from side to side, I'm going to show you a bunch of options. All right. You can stay here for now. I'm going to demonstrate, and then we'll do them all together. So I'll be doing extra. You can do as many as you want. To get back to the other side, you can put your hands down and help yourself get over. If you are feeling pretty strong, you can try not using your hands. You can stick them out in front of you to help balance as you get over. If both of those are too hard and you want to try something completely different, you can try to come up a little bit, get your butt higher. Some of these quad muscles tend to be stronger at the middle range of motion if you do a lot of squats, and it might make this middle version a little bit easier. If that's too much holding in the middle, you're getting tired, maybe you want to try some full squats. Come all the way up, all the way down. You can take that quick break in the middle for a little bit of rest. You can decide how you want to do it, and let's do 5 reps on both sides. I've done at least 5 already demonstrating, so I'm going to just keep going. But I'm going to switch in between all the variations so you can see all the different ways to do it. While we go. Holding the hands down, coming across with your butt up, coming a little bit higher, bring your butt across, squats, up and down. All right. Oh, I'm tired. So I'm going to pause. You can do as many as you need to do to get yourself warmed up and ready to go. If you've done 5 already, take a couple of deep breaths, relax. We're getting right into our set of stretches. The first stretch that we're going to do is the hamstring stretch. If you're still going, keep going. If you are ready to move on, go find a pillow, a towel, a flip-flop, sandals, something to put under your knee because we're going to be doing a kneeling hamstring stretch. And it looks a little bit like this. If I'm facing you, one knee is down and the other leg is pointing directly in front. All right. We don't want the leg to go out like this. We want to go right in front. And the goal is to focus on bringing our belly button right here down as low as we can right in front. All right, that's what it looks like from the front. And I know I'm wearing dark colors, so it's hard to see. So I'm going to rotate to this side. Hopefully you can see better positioning. Leg is right in front. Belly button is getting brought down to the thigh. All right. Ooh. And if at any point your back starts rounding a little bit and you're thinking is really bad form, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but it is important that you focus on trying to keep the back straight. Part of the reason, or a partial benefit, if you want to see it that way, is the straighter your back, the longer it is. And the longer it is, the more gravity is helping to pull you down. The more gravity that you feel, levers-wise, the easier it will be to get deeper into the stretch, right? It might also hurt more. So, pros and cons. All right. I hope you're all ready. I hope all that explaining gave you a bunch of time to go get the cushions to protect your knees, and I hope you're ready to go. Let's go. Get on your knee, stick the leg out in front of you, try to square up the hips so that the left hip and the right hip are in a straight line like this, and it's directly 90 degrees with that leg, and try to bring the belly button down into the thigh. Imagine the bottom of your butt. It's hard to see because this leg is not going anywhere, but imagine the bottom of your butt pointing directly behind you, and that will help to sort of pull your hip forward. All right. If anything I just said doesn't make any sense, let me know, and I'll try to explain it again. I haven't gotten back to the comments in a little bit because I'm kind of far, but I'll get to them right after the stretch. All right, hamstring stretch. We're trying to bring the belly button down to the ground. We're going to hold it there for 30 seconds, and I know some of you have been already holding it for a little bit. That's it. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, that is the hamstring stretch, and we are done. We're just doing 30 seconds real quick. Something that I should have pointed out is we're just trying to get into a stretch. There's no perfect way to do this. Everybody's a little bit different. You all come from different starting points. And so you can go in this reverse and you can go forward. And what that means is if you can bring the leg up and you can bring your chest down and you can hit this really nice belly button to thigh motion here, but you can't extend your leg, you can hang out here in this position and then work on just bring that leg out in front of you so that you're still keeping this nice torso position and the hamstring needs to lengthen from here. All right. You can also go the same way that we just did, which is the leg is out in front where we're trying to fold forward, trying to keep the leg totally straight and tight and build up that pressure here. Some people have kind of achy knees, and when you apply a lot of pressure with your knees perfectly straight, it gets a little bit uncomfortable. If that's you, then you can always slightly bend your knee and focus on trying to straighten it a little bit at a time to help you stretch that way. At the end of the day, the result is the same. Okay, let's go switch to the other side. Cushion, point the leg directly in front of you. Try to square up the hips so that this leg out here is perpendicular to your hips. And if you've enjoyed all of the attention to detail and all the descriptions that I've been giving, I hope you'll consider hitting a follow, hit a subscribe, and get notified because we do this every single day. I'm trying to do more explanation on the weekends when more people will come in, and that way we can be more thorough and more welcoming to new people who are trying to be consistent. And yeah, we do this every day to practice consistency, build a little bit of community, and hopefully together we'll all make a bunch of progress towards our side split goals. All right, hamstring stretch. Let's get back into it. Same thing. We're trying to bring the belly button down to the thigh. You can start with your knee bent, try to get your chest and belly button down first, and then push the leg away, or you can keep that leg relatively straight and just keep on getting gravity to help pull you down into that stretch. Whatever it is that you decide to do, 30 seconds, let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. I feel like I started counting a little bit fast. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay, come on out of that stretch. If your hamstrings are feeling like they worked really hard, it's probably a good sign. If your legs are broken, you can't move, that's probably a bad sign. And you should probably stop and take a break. All right. Whew. I have been way over there for a really long time, so I'm gonna just come in and check the comments real quick and make sure I haven't missed anything. Mary Rose says, nice stretches. Thank you so much. Travels Roxy sent the you're awesome. I don't know what that is, but that's awesome. Somebody named Just followed me. Appreciate it. Miss Most Loved. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody, for following and joining. Paul, thank you, thank you. And Courtney followed the record. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for joining it, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry, I am running simultaneously two lives, one on YouTube and one on TikTok. And I don't think I'm missing anything. Queen R, thank you so much. Brokeen, thank you for the compliments. I am glad that you're enjoying the explanations. All right, let's get back into the stretches. We just did the hamstring stretch. So this is the first of our 5 stretches. We have the next stretch, which is the butterfly. The butterfly is a very common stretch. It looks a little bit like this. You bring your feet together and your knees kind of come up, and then most people spend most of the stretch kind of in this weird curled position. The butterfly is a lot about trying to bring the knees down to the ground. It's about this stretch right here. And I see it's easy to understand why people are curling, right? They're trying to stick their elbows into their legs to try and bring their leg down. And the only way to apply pressure is to have your back also be bent. And there's this weird thing where you're just kind of bunched up. I don't recommend doing it like this. All right, I recommend you use a wall, and I'll show you why in just a second. First, let's come all the way up to a wall so that our hips, our shoulder, our head is touching the wall behind us. All right, this one helps you keep a nice and straight posture so you don't have to worry about your back. But 2, it gives us something to push against when we do that part of the stretch, trying to bring our knees down to the ground. All right, before we continue, focus on using the outer thigh muscles and your glutes to open up that groin, because this stretch is all about opening up the muscles here. All right. Ugh. So outer thigh, glutes, flex them, pull them down, pull. Try to bring the knees as low to the ground as possible. I've been doing this for a long time, so if this looks deeper than you, that's totally okay. Everybody has to start somewhere. Just focus on using the muscles, and if it sounds like my voice is straining and struggling, it's because it is. I'm doing the same things I tell you to do. And once you are here, you can't open up your legs any further. If your shoulder and your head are still touching the wall, when you push into your legs, you'll start feeling pressure in the back of your head. You'll start feeling pressure in your shoulders, but that will help you apply way more force to your legs than if you were going like this. All right, let's go. Flex those muscles, pushing for 30 seconds. I'm gonna count us in. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. I did make a small mistake in choosing to wear socks today. I'm slowly pushing myself away from the wall with just my head, and I'm sliding further and further away. So if you have no traction at all, it's probably not the most effective stretch. Maybe get a yoga mat underneath or take off your socks. I'm still keeping my socks on, so we'll just have to deal with this. I think we have done plenty of time, but let's just count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay, relax. If you did that right and you were flexing your outer thigh muscles, your glutes the whole entire time, it's totally normal for your legs to sort of get stuck and not want to move. I recommend you use your hands to help flap the wings of this butterfly until your muscles can do it by themselves. And once they can, you're done. Come on out of it. I hope if you've never tried this version of the butterfly before, you've really felt the stretch here and here. Work with those muscles in the glutes and the outer thighs. And yeah, if you keep doing it this way in the future, or if you have weights, you can also just drop the weights right onto your legs. If your back is against the wall, everything will stay super supported and you'll be able to just focus on bringing the legs down into the ground. Okay, let's go. We're going into stretch number 3. It is the standing pancake. The reason why we do the standing pancake is because I'm not that flexible. So I need the version that gets gravity to give me the most assistance. All right. And that version is the standing pancake. The standing pancake from the side looks just like the hamstring stretch or the elephant walk that we were doing earlier. But we're opening up our legs as wide as we can while we do it. And I'm actually going to take the socks off now. If you have socks on and your floor is slippery, it's going to be really difficult to hold the position and stay stable. You're going to want to slide apart, and that will feel really scary because you're like, oh my God, it's going so far. What do I do? And we don't want that. So you want to have enough slipperiness so that you can slide out when you want to and not when you don't. And I just slipped a little bit, so I'm taking off the socks. All right, what we're doing is we're opening up the legs and we're focusing on folding the upper body down. If you're new to this, I recommend you staying very close to that wall so that if you start falling backwards, you'll fall right into the wall and the wall will keep you safe. All right. I'm going to rotate around so you can see what I'm doing with my body with a better angle. From here, we're opening up the legs nice and wide, dropping the hips low, folding down. I recommend you focus on sticking the butt out behind you and the arms out in front of you. And you'll suddenly feel a whole bunch more pressure bring you down into that stretch. If you want, you can just do that for the whole time. We're going to hold the stretch for 30 seconds. Try to bring the belly button down to the ground. If you want to do something even more intense and painful, you can grab your leg and you can focus on folding down, trying to stick the bottom of your butt up into the sky, trying to keep that low back as straight as possible, and just pull, 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 pull. You'll really feel an intense stretch in your hamstrings. All right, those are your two options. We have this, or we have this. Pick yours. You can switch at any time. Nobody's supervising you. We're just doing this for mutual enjoyment. All right, let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. If you're grabbing your legs, remember, try to stick the bottoms of your butt up into the air as high as possible. That is basically forcing you to fold your hips forward, and that is the pancake stretch's most important quality, folding forward. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, stick your hands on the ground. Come on up, come on out. And if you did that right, you just did a whole bunch of suffering. And you might need to shake out your legs and relax for a couple of seconds to get back to normal. Okay, if you did that right, you would have felt the stretch really intensely along the whole entire hamstring. If you're really focused on folding and putting the bottoms of your butt cheek up into the air, you might have felt the hamstring stretch really deeply right underneath your glutes at the top of your hamstrings. And that'd be totally normal. If you really focused on opening up your legs as much as possible, you would have felt the stretch on the inner thigh here. And depending on if you had an old knee injury, weak knee muscles, you might have felt a little pressure around your knees. If you are feeling pressure around your knees, you can always take a little bit of break. But if you're doing any other workouts, you can really focus on strengthening the muscles around the knee. Some of those might be stretches like, or exercises like this, where you get into a deep position and put pressure on that knee and then come back into standing. Another exercise would be tibialis raises. The tibialis is this muscle in the front of the leg, and it gets activated when your toes come up. And you can do workouts for those by putting your butt against the wall and then lifting your toes. The more you lean, the further away from the door you are, the more intense it will feel. If those start feeling easy, you can do them on one leg, and then they'll be really intense. Doing that will help strengthen the muscles around the knee and will help secure your knees when you're doing the side split and other stretches. But if you're feeling discomfort around the knee area, then slow down and try to dial back the intensity. If the side splits later do cause you discomfort, you can always bend your knees and do more of a frog stretch. And that puts a lot of pressure on your knees because your whole body is on your knees, but you'll feel the pressure in a different way than if you were like this and your knee is starting to hurt from this position. All right. Okay, we just did 3 of our 5 stretches. I went on a long tangent about knees because my knees have also been hurting a little bit. And so I've been doing a lot of knee rehab this past month and a half, and they feel really good now because of the exercises that I just demonstrated. And so I want to share those with you in case that's an issue that you're having, because I know we have a whole bunch of people coming in and out today. Just wanted to give that information out. All right, 4th stretch that we're going to do is the figure 4 or the pigeon. It's called the figure 4 because your leg comes across your body and it makes this thing that looks like the number 4. The way my cameras are set up, this looks like a number 4 to me, but I'm pretty sure you guys have it mirrored as the viewer on YouTube, so it probably looks like a weird reversed flipped number 4. Anyways, the ankle is coming across to the opposite hip. We're bringing the ankle up, and we're trying to bring the chest down to create that folded stretch. We're always trying to fold, and this is just one more way to fold. And in that fold, we'll be feeling the stretch out here in the outside of the glutes and possibly the inner thigh, depending on how flexible or not flexible you are. There's 2 ways to do this. You can do it on your stomach, and it looks like this. We cross that leg over to our opposite knee, and we pull everything in. This is frequently called a figure 4 stretch. The other way to do it is to cross the leg across the body, stick the other leg directly behind you, and bring your chest down over that leg. Try to bring the chest low and try to keep the hips low, and that is the pigeon stretch. You can decide which one you want to do. You can experiment with both. And basically, I like the version on the back because you have much more control over exactly where the leg is. When you do the pigeon, sometimes, especially if you have tight hips, that leg right here will want to slip away into a closer position to your legs to make this feel easier. And you might feel like you've gotten more flexible, but in reality, you just got into an easier stretch. So that there's a little bit more to be careful about when you're doing the pigeon. All right, I'm gonna do the figure 4 stretch on my back. Feel free to follow along. But once you are in position, we're gonna just do 30 seconds. Try to feel the stretch the whole time. Don't relax. Really feel the contraction. And I hope you're in position because we're going 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, relax the muscles. Come on back down. Switch to the other side, and let's keep going. Cross the leg over, reach your hands through, pull that leg in, and 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Did I count really slow on that second one and really fast on the first one? Because I felt like the time passed so much slower on the second one. Okay, we just did 4 of our 5 stretches. It's time for the final rounds of stretching. We're doing the side split. Everything that we've done prior to this was to get us warmed up, to get all the muscles that we're about to use in the side split prepared so that when we do this side split, which is right now, you'll be able to get into the deepest side split that you can. And everything that we do is to prepare, okay? So I'm gonna come in and check the comments real quick one last time before we get into the side splits, and then we will keep going. Yannette needs help getting rid of sciatica. I am not going to be able to help you with that, I don't think, because that is not an area that I have any expertise in. But I have heard from people who have sciatica who have said that if you spend a lot of time in the positions that are a little painful for you, but biologically shouldn't be painful for you, for example, in a dead hang, that it helps relieve some tension in the back over time because your body gets used to it. I don't really know if that is true, but that is what I have heard. And a dead hang is basically going to a pull-up bar, holding it, and just relaxing all of the muscles except your arm muscles, so that all the muscles in your back relaxes. I know the sciatica nerve goes down and into the glute, and it's not quite the same as just purely back. So that is as much information as I've got. So I'm sorry that I can't be more help. But for everybody else, thank you so much for joining in and staying up until so far. And we are doing 30 minutes of live side split stretching. I'm pretty sure I'm way over because I've been doing a ton of explaining. We're at 36 minutes. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make sure that everybody has a cool, fun place to do a whole bunch of side split stretching and make progress towards our goals together. If that's interesting and you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, follow, do all the things, get notified so that you can keep coming back and we can practice consistency together. Because at the end of the day, if you only do the stretches once, you're not going to see any progress. You have to keep doing them and keep on trying. And I know this video is running a little bit long because I do a lot of explaining, I do a lot of talking, not so much stretching sometimes. But I do that because I want to make sure it's welcoming. Anybody who's coming in for the first time feels like this is a nice, fun, warm, safe place to do some stretchy, painful things on the floor. All right? Okay. We're finally there. It's time. Let's do some side splits. If you are brand new to this and you're worried about balance, you're worried about safety, the first thing I recommend is for you to get really close to a wall. If you are one step away from the wall, if you're down here and you lose balance, the wall will catch you and it will help keep you safe. Okay? Ugh. I tried to do that with just my shoulder. It didn't work. Some days I'm stronger than others. Okay. Next, once you have done everything you need to make sure that you can't fall backwards, open up your legs nice and wide and just hang out for a second here. Try to get a little bit deeper. When it starts feeling uncomfortable here in the hips, I want you to fold forward like we did in the standing pancake. Put your hands down like you're about to do a push-up and hang out here for just a second. Your legs, I want them to externally rotate. If somehow you've been here since the very beginning of the video where we talked about this, you're awesome. Thank you for staying here the whole time. But if you're like everybody else, I assume we need to talk about this. Externally rotating the leg is putting the heel down on the ground, toes up, knees up. All right? What we're doing is we're making sure the leg bone and the hip bone rotate away from each other in a particular way so that your bones don't jam into each other. This should give you a little bit more flexibility. And if you remember, before we started folding forward, your hips are starting to get uncomfortable. Most people should feel a little bit more comfortable now that their legs have rotated. If that's not you, let me know. All right. From here, we're going to walk the hands back towards our hips. And it looks like Doggo's joining us. We've been on the floor the whole time. You're only coming now? What you been doing? Okay. Yes, come entertain. Get me some extra bonus love from the internet. Putting the dog to work, earning her keep. Okay, actually I need you to move out of the way a little bit. You can come and stay on this side. From here, we have hung out in this position for a long time, but we're trying to get more of our body weight right over our hips, right over our legs, so we can get that pressure from gravity to get into a deeper side split stretch. I want you to experiment, do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side and see if maybe there's just a little bit of friction from your sticky feet holding you back, all right? Once you cannot get any deeper, you're stuck, your muscles are firing and they're not letting go, we're gonna start at 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man, okay. Get on your hands, crawl forward, come out of that side split stretch, bring your legs together, come on up, and your legs should be very tired. It should be hard for you to move because you're just stuck in a really intense position. Your muscles went, and they were fighting you every step of the way. All that tension, we have to try our best to let go. And what I recommend is this wiggle dance thing that I do. You just shake everything out, relax all the muscles as much as you can, and shake the legs out. It looks ridiculous, I know, but it's the fastest way to get your legs all relaxed. And the way to test this to make sure that they actually worked is just do a couple of quick movements. I do these hula hoops to make sure the hips are loosened up in the front. Do some high knees to make sure the hip flexors are working in the front. Do some mini squats to make sure my knees and my ankles are doing good. And finally, just for show, I'm pretty sure, because I can't imagine that I didn't test the knees and the mini squats, I kick my butt a little bit. All right. If everything feels good, then we are good and we're ready to move on to round 2 of the side splits. Doggo has left, but she definitely made it more fun to count down while I was petting her. So if you have a cool animal to assist you in making side splits easier, put them to work. Make them earn their keep. All right. All right. Let's get into side split number 2. Same thing. If you're new to this and you're not super sure if you're going to stay balanced when you're at the bottom in the extreme range of motion, stay very close to a wall, maybe one step in front of the wall, so that if you are down here and you lose balance, the wall will catch you and it'll keep you safe. All right. See, I was able to get out of it easy this time. All right. Let's open up the legs. Once it's uncomfortable in the hips, fold forward, put your hands down like you're going to do a push-up. Hold on, give me a sec. I need to adjust the earbuds. They started coming loose because I like to jump around so much and move my body so much. And externally rotate the legs so that the heels are down, the toes are up, the knees are up on both legs. Walk your hands back as you open up your legs slowly. And once your hands are in between your legs and you have tried to wiggle from side to side and you can't open up your legs any further, it's time to start round 2 of 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. If you've been doing these stretches this whole time so far with your arms completely locked out straight like this into your shoulder, I want you to bend that elbow just a little bit and see if suddenly the weight going into your hips shoots up like crazy. That was a long thing to say. 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl your hands forward, bring your legs together, pull them in, come back into standing. That was round 2 of our side splits. And what we're going to do is wiggle dance. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I know, it looks a little bit silly. That's why I do it for you to see, and you don't have to do it for me to see, right? Like, that's how this works. All right. Shake, 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 shake. Help your body relax. And let's do our test. Do the hip circles, the hula hoops. And I always feel a stretch in the front of my hips on the left and right side. It might be a little bit different for you, but doing this from side to side is more helpful than the full circle. I just like the full circle because it's easy to say. All right, lift those knees up nice and high. Just a couple is fine. Some mini squats. Make sure your knees and your ankles are working good. Kick your butt for fun. And if you're good, I am good, then it's time for some blatant self-promotion. We do this every single day for 30 minutes and more. Today we go on extra long because we do a lot of explaining to make sure everybody who comes in, especially on the weekends because we have higher attendance, feels welcome and warm and gets to know what's happening without feeling like they missed out on anything. And we do this every single day to practice consistency. We do this every single day so that when we're practicing consistency, a whole bunch of people keep coming back, introducing themselves, saying hi, asking questions, and that builds a little bit of a community. And with that community, hopefully together we can all make some progress towards our side split goals. So if that sounds interesting to you, if that sounds fun, if that's exactly what you need to make progress in your side splits, please hit follow, hit subscribe, get those notifications so that you can get notified to keep coming back every single day, because that's where I will be right here. I hope you're having fun. Let's get into our third and final side split and call it for today. Again, if you're new to this, you feel like you might lose your balance, you might fall. If you have a wall right behind you, the wall will catch you. All right, let's go. Side split, open up the legs. I don't know why I jumped back into standing. Side splits, fold at the hips when you are feeling a little bit of discomfort in the hips. Put your hands down like you're doing a push up. Externally rotate the legs. That means your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are up on both sides. Take a couple of seconds to slip into a deeper side split. You might be much deeper than the first time that we got into this position today. And if you are, congratulations. That's awesome. All right. Walk your hands back towards your hips. That helps to put all of your body weight right over your hips. And then do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side to make sure you got every little bit of that stretch out. And that's it. It's time for a final 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. I mentioned this last time. Bend your elbows to see if that helps apply more pressure to the hips. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward, bring your legs together, come back up into standing, and oh man, okay, that was a struggle. Once you're back in standing, it's time for that wiggle dance. You might notice that every time we get back up into wiggle dance, it's a little bit more exhausting, it's a little bit more difficult, and that's what makes the wiggle dance super important. When we're done with the third and final side split, your muscles at this point are freaking out, and they're like, what is going on? What is happening? They're all stiff and tight and controlled, and that makes it really hard for you to suddenly go back to doing normal things, right? So the wiggle dance ensures that your body is a little bit more relaxed. And then we finally do our little hip rotations, our knee raises, our little mini squats, just to check that everything is working fine. And if everything is working great, then that means we are done with the side splits. We're done with double checking that we're all good. And that means it is time for us to wrap up for today. All right. A whole bunch of people follow. I really appreciate you guys. I plan to be here every single day, so I hope to see you all really soon. Lulu and Rachel, the real Will 70, L. I appreciate you guys for joining in. I hope you guys had fun today. I hope to bring good energy as we continue, and I hope you all make some really good progress towards your side splits. I don't know why I said you. I mean we, because I'm obviously still trying to get the side splits. But thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Over here on the YouTube side, Ali, welcome, welcome. And thank you for hanging out. All right. I think that's all the comments. I have pretty much scrolled through everything. Thank you everybody for coming in. Again, we practice consistency, doing the side splits every single day, building up a little bit of a community. If you had fun, consider subscribing. I can't imagine that you're not already subscribed at this point, but follow, make sure that you get notified so that we can keep coming back and making progress together. I hope you had fun. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I appreciate that you spent a little bit of it with me doing side splits. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. And